An octopus has three hearts, blue blood, and a brain that wraps around its throat. But none of that is the weirdest thing about it. The weirdest thing is what it can do without a brain at all. What exactly is running this creature? Before we get there, you need to know that octopuses can unscrew jars from the inside, that scientists have watched them dream in full color, and that one species can kill you before you even realize it touched you. We are going to get to all of it. But if you leave before the 5-minute mark, you will miss the fact that will genuinely change the way you see every living thing on this planet. Stay with us. Picture this. You have 8 arms. Each one has 2 rows of suckers. Each sucker can taste, smell, and grip, independently, simultaneously, all at once. That is not a superpower from a comic book. That is Tuesday for an octopus. Dr. Jennifer Mather, one of the world's leading octopus researchers, describes them as having a distributed nervous system. Here's what that actually means. 2/3 of an octopus's neurons, roughly 500 million of them, are not in its brain. They are in its arms. Each arm can taste what it is touching, decide whether it is food, and begin pulling it toward the mouth. Cut one arm off, which the octopus can regrow, by the way, and that arm will continue reacting to stimuli for up to an hour. On its own, detached, still reaching. So here is the question you should be asking. If the arms think for themselves, what exactly is the brain in charge of? Did you know that aquariums across the world have had to install weighted lids, cameras, and full-time night monitors? Not for lions, not for sharks, for octopuses? You are a marine biologist. You arrive at work and an octopus is missing from its tank. The CCTV footage shows it climbing the glass at 2 a.m., squeezing through a pipe no wider than its eyeball because, crossing 15 feet of open floor, dropping into a neighboring tank, eating an entire crab, and going back home. The lid is still closed. This actually happened. In 2016, at the National Aquarium of New Zealand, the octopus's name was Inky. He did not go back home. He made it through the drain pipe and into Hawke's Bay, into the open ocean. Gone. Inky was not a fluke. Researchers at the Seattle Aquarium documented octopuses leaving their tanks at night to hunt fish in adjacent displays and returning before staff arrived. They only discovered it because fish kept disappearing and they could not explain it. An animal with no bones, no rigid structure, nothing solid but a beak the size of a thumbnail, can fit through any opening that beak can pass through. It is not just flexible. It is basically a liquid with opinions. But how does it know where it is going? How does it plan? And what does it mean that it chooses to go back? Here is where it gets genuinely strange. Octopuses are colorblind. Every test, every study, every piece of evidence we have confirms they see the world in a single channel, essentially in grayscale. And yet they produce the most precise, complex, multicolored camouflage on Earth. In under 2 seconds, an octopus can replicate the exact texture, color, and pattern of a barnacled rock, a frond of seaweed, or another species entirely. It matches hues it cannot perceive with eyes that do not detect them. Scientists at Harvard and the Marine Biological Laboratory in Woods Hole found that octopus skin contains light-sensitive proteins, the same proteins used in their eyes, embedded directly into the skin itself. The leading theory? Octopuses may. Not metaphorically, literally. Their skin may be processing light and color and feeding that information directly into the camouflage system, bypassing the brain, bypassing conscious thought. A creature that is colorblind to its own colors, painting a perfect picture it will never see. That is already extraordinary. But it is not the thing we have been saving. Octopuses have been on this planet for roughly 300 million years. Dinosaurs arrived 70 million years after them. And in all that time, octopuses evolved entirely alone. Here is what that means. Complex eyes, problem solving, tool use, play behavior, individual personalities. Science has confirmed all of it in octopuses. The same traits we consider the hallmarks of intelligence. But vertebrates and cephalopods split on the evolutionary tree over 500 million years ago. The last common ancestor between you and an octopus had no brain to speak of. That means intelligence did not happen once on this planet. It happened at least twice, completely separately, from different starting materials, in different environments, under different pressures. Evolution arrived at a mind. And the octopus's version is so alien, so architecturally different from ours, that studying it is the closest thing we have to making first contact with another form of consciousness. And it is in the ocean right now, unscrewing jars and escaping through pipes and dreaming in colors it cannot see. We think of intelligence as something that belongs to us, to mammals, to things with backbones and warm blood and familiar faces. The octopus disagrees. It has been disagreeing for 300 million years. Every time we draw a line around what an animal can think or feel or plan, something boneless and blue-blooded crawls right over it. The ocean is not just full of life, it is full of minds we barely understand. So here is your question for the comments. If intelligence evolved twice on Earth, once in us, once in the octopus, how many times do you think it has evolved out there? Subscribe, because there are thousands more animals with secrets this strange, and most people will never know.